Hi guys, I'm Jure Colak, and today I will explain to you my thought process when I do multi-operation questions. So here I put finals mode, 15 questions, and the reason why I didn't put 0% because I tried putting 0% and it just gave me some custom format questions, so I will try to put 1%, and even if that one question happens, it's okay. But yeah, I think something glitched, but not important. I will start now and then explain my thought process afterwards. Okay, so 14 out of 15, and I didn't solve the easy one. Uh, Oh, okay. I mean, this happens like, I think it's because it like switches questions. I mean, I solved this one and I think I didn't solve this one or something. Never mind. So I will explain them now. I will just enter whiteboard. I won't need whiteboard that much except for those more complicated questions, because most of these they are easily explainable just when you can see them. I will leave it here for you. Okay. So first one, okay, this is, I mean, I don't have to explain this. I don't have to explain this either. I mean, I did miss it for in the first try, but never mind. So this one, how did I do this one? So I did 20 plus 59 is 79, minus 49 is 30, and 30 minus 63 is minus 33. So we have minus 33 and we have 48. These approximations, like most of the times I just approximate one numerator with one denominator. It doesn't even have to be that good of approximation. It's just important that it's like maybe in, I don't know, one decimal correct, because they just require two significant digits. So what I got there was around 1.45. So 1.45, and here I had 75 and 87. So it's around 1.18. So I just took 1.2 and here 1.4. I multiplied that, so it's 1.7, and then 1.7 divided by 33. You also don't have to divide like the whole way up to 170 divided by 33 is 5, and then 50. You just see that it's a little bit more than a half. 17 is a little bit more than 16.5, so you can see it's like a bit over a half, and it is. I mean, decimal points aren't that easy, but I just, when I solve them, I do decimal points at the same time. So I just put zeros until I have to put the first significant digit, which is here 5. You will see that in more complicated examples down there. But yeah, this is a third task. Now, fourth one, nothing too special here, like 62 times 178. I did that first because it's easier for me to have the third number already written, so I don't have to memorize a 4-digit number and then multiply it with 2-digit number that I can see. So it's just easier to multiply 62 and 178, and then when I get the result I just multiply it by 41, and that's about it in that one. So this one, I do like when you have just one or two numerators. For me, I find it the easiest when I just take this one and divide it by this one to 2 decimal points. I mean, around, like, it really doesn't have to be that correct, even when you miss, when you just have first digit correct. For example, this is around, I don't know, 1.45 or something like that. If you take 1.5, you will probably get good results also. So I think it's good to just do it faster and not so and not focused on how correct it is. So let's say this is 1.4, then we take 1.4 and divide it by, what is this? This is around minus 320. I put minus either on the start, either at the end when I see like how many minuses are there, but I don't think it's that important. I just do it like mostly how many of them do I see in the numerator, I put it first, and then if there is odd number of negative numbers in the denominator, I just delete that minus or put it if I didn't put it before. So this is around 1.45, and when you divide it by 320, it's around, I don't know, I mean, you just put the zeros like slowly. So you go, if you have 1.4, this is 14 here, this is for 140, and this is for 1400, and then you remember, oh, it's okay, it's around 4.4. Then you do 4.4 divided by 68. So you do 4.4, 44, and like that. So you just add zeros slowly. I saw some competitors do like zeros at the same time, like they don't type anything and they then type all the zeros at the end. But I find that more difficult because it's easier to just type zeros while you are thinking, because if you get lost in counting the zeros, you could also get lost in calculating like what numbers did you have at all. So I do think it's easier to just put zeros right away, like 4.4, then 44, and like that, but it's your preference. It's just me doing it this way. So yeah, I think this is better. And then also like dividing it by 830. And when you do all that, like you should have a pretty good approximation. Like number of zeros should always be correct. And I mean, I did solve 14 or maybe even 15 out of 15. I don't know, I will see later. But it's really not that important how correct the approximation is while you have one digit, one decimal place. But it is better to have two to be safe. Better safe than sorry. This one is really easy. I don't have to explain it. Then this one, what I like to do, I mean, most of the competitors do it, but I'll just say it. I put the zero right away. Then what I like to do is, I see here it's 92 times 26 times 95. So whenever I have a number that ends in a 5, I mean, I don't know if other people do this, but I just divide one of these numbers by 2 and multiply this by 2. So I have one more 0 and I have one less digit to multiply with. So I started with 92 times 95 times 26, and I ended with putting a 0 and having 26, 46, and 19. Because 95 times 2 is 19, and 92 divided by 2 is 46. So then I just did like 46 times 19 and just multiplied by 26, because as I said earlier, I like to have this last number already there, so I don't have to visualize two numbers but one. This one is easy, I don't have to explain it. This one too. Now this 10th one, so the exactly same thing I said before, like I estimate 45 divided by 103. It's around 0.44. Then I do 0.44 divided by 183. And I do it like that until I have, how many zeros is this? 8 zeros. Yeah, I mean it's to the minus 9th power. So basically the most important two things are, first, to approximate numbers. You don't have to be that correct, because the result will probably be okay when you just get used to doing that. And the second thing, to put zeros right away. So when I have 0.44 divided by 183, I add 1 0, because 4.4, then another 0, 44, then another 0, 440, and then I already remember 440 divided by 183, it's around 2.4, and then I remember 2.4, then I'm here with 3 zeros, yeah, with 3 zeros. Then I have, what did I say? I think 2.4, divided by 97. So 2.4 can't be 24. I add 0. 240 divided by 27, it's around 2.5. Then I do 2.5 divided by 71, and I see it's around 3.5. So I put one more 0, actually two more zeros, and then it's around 3.5. And then 3.5 divided by 157, and I see it's round to like I do really think that it's better to put zeros before, because I try to remember it to see how much harder it is when I have to remember how many zeros there is. Or I don't know if people do this, but some people approximate this. Maybe that's why they put zeros at the end. They approximate this and then they divide in the end. But I really think it's easier to divide 5 numbers than multiply them and then divide one time. Because dividing is not that hard when you just have to approximate. I told you like two decimal points at most. And I think that is that comes out to be a pretty good approximation. So yeah, that is basically my main advice. So this 7 times 9, this is also easy. This one, when I have more numerators than denominators, let me see what okay, yeah. I saw here I have 190. Like in this specific example is a bit different than what I do most of the times, but I'll explain both of them. So I saw this is 24. I mean, I will ignore minuses because these are two negative numbers. So we have 24 and 75, and that is very easy to calculate. It's 1800. So we can just take the 0 out from 1800 to get 180 and take the 0 from 190 to get 19. So we already have something that is simplified, 180 times 22 divided by 19. So 180 times 22, it's, I mean, I do it like 18 times 2 and then times 11, so 36 times 11, 396, and we had a 0. So basically I get 3960 divided by 19. And it's actually not that difficult to calculate that because we see that it's pretty close to being 21. I mean 210, but 21. So we just take a bit less than that. So as I said, I never do that much accuracy because they these types of simulations don't require that much accuracy. So I just focus on speed. So I didn't calculate exactly 208, and I saw like some people, some competitors, they do 208 times 208.4, like they just calculate it exactly. I almost never do that. I just approximate, okay, it's a bit less than 21, so I will do 208, and I try it. If it's not, it will probably be 209 or 207, and that's it. Because I'm either almost at the correct number, either I missed something before and I will not get the correct answer anyways. But how I most of the times do these types of tasks, I mean, I always try to reduce the denominator. For example, if I have 86 in numerator and 48 in denominator, I will always multiply 43 with other numbers in numerator and later not divide by 48 but 24. So I mean it's easier for me because it's easier to divide and also easier to multiply smaller numbers. It does require a bit more of memorization, but these are not so difficult. numbers to remember if you practice. When we have 3-digit numbers, it's a lot more difficult, but I still think it could be mastered by practice. And now last, okay, I really don't have to explain last, like it's 13 minus 17 divided by 5. So this one is the last one that I will explain. We have minus 26 and we have, I think, I will rewatch it, but I think I put minus, that's what I said before. I first put minus because numerator is negative, and then later I think I removed minus because I saw that denominator has odd number of negative numbers, and that's why I think I removed it. But yeah, what I did here is 26 can be, so I put 0. 260 also can be. 2600, it is around 4.1. It's actually closer to 4.13, but as I said, it doesn't matter. So then I do 4.1 divided by, what's this, around 1150. It's also not important to calculate this to be correct, because if you miss like by 50, the result will be almost the same. So then I did 4.1, then 41, then 410, and like that until I got 0.36, and it appeared to be correct. And basically, I think that's it. Like, the thing that I focus on the most, actually, the things is putting zeros right away and approximating not to be that correct. It's more important to be 5 seconds faster with less accuracy if you try 2 or 3 times than to do it with more accuracy and you lose more time, and even then it can happen that you make a mistake and that you have to try again and stuff like that. And also, just one more tip, most of the times I do 3 or 4 guesses and then I check. I think that I did that on 1 or 2 questions. I do 3 or 4 guesses, I mean not guesses but like approximations, and if they don't appear to be correct, I try to do it one more time, but even faster, because most of the times I don't have enough time. So if I do it with more accuracy, the time will run out, so I do it with like even less accuracy, but to see if the result is higher or lower. For example, if I tried 231, 230, and 232, I will calculate again and see if it's above or under 230. And if I see that it's definitely above 230, I try 233 and 234. And I think that's it. I don't think I have to show you anything. I didn't even need whiteboard. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped anyone. Thank you for watching, and bye.